This one's for the culture. Me and wifey in the room thinking of a master plan, thinking how we can influence the culture from where we stand. Knowing that our steps are ordered by the master's hand, still 10 toes down, we ain't switching up the stance. The mission of this music ain't just to make them dance, trying to tell them about the rock, cause they build.
And welcome to the latest edition of The Bond Chronicles. I am Mr. Bond Chronicles on Instagram and Mr. Ray Bond on Twitter. And I'm blessed to be here with my host,
Mrs. Bond Chronicles on Instagram. I haven't done anything with Twitter yet. I always forget.
Yeah. Well, we are here. We are full. We have enjoyed the Thanksgiving festivities. We had a Friendsgiving. We had a Thanksgiving. And we have not quite gotten rid of all the food, but we are making our way through. Do not judge us. I am not one who likes to waste food. And if the food still tastes good, I'm going to continue to eat it. It also helps when your wife is 35 weeks.
35 weeks.
35 weeks that she doesn't have to cook, because then everyone will have to eat what I cook. And they won't like it probably as much. I would be fine. They might not. So we want to first say, hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. From our family to yours. Hopefully you had safe travels. Hopefully you ate well. Hopefully you had just a good time. Thank you also to everyone who joined us on the lives. We had a really, really good send-off with the family edition. We had some great family in there talking about just things and their experiences as well as ours. If you have not, go back and watch the series. It's on our YouTube. It's on our Anchor and all of our platforms where we put all of our audio podcasts as well. So we have some different things to get to, but ultimately just wanted to check in. How are you going?
How am I going?
Yeah.
I'm going well, I guess.
Things going good?
Things are going good. Just excited about the holiday season. This is, outside of my birthday, this is my favorite time of the year because I just love the holidays. So, gatherings and people getting together and just love and, all that good stuff. And I guess I'm maybe a little extra festive because we do have the baby on the way. So it's just like, this is going to be such a special time for our little family. I don't think we can call ourselves a little family anymore. So yeah, I'm doing good. I would love to have like another burst of energy in the next couple of weeks, but we'll see what happens. I still have some stuff I got to do, some things I got to wrap up before I take my leave for the baby.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also live at the time, I believe at the time, and if I'm wrong, correct me, at the time of this dropping, Reaction Apparel is having their sale. They launched their new line of things. Definitely some dope stuff on there. I am going to put in my order here soon, but I'm going to get some custom stuff done, and you can do the same. So I know that has been an exciting time. A lot of different work for you on that.
Monday. So yeah, as of right now, that means Cyber Monday is happening, and 50% off the whole website. 50% off of everything.
Everything.
Is
there a discount code needed for that? Or
nope, you just automatically hop on and boom. But if you're a first-time customer and you sign up for text messages in my email list, you'll receive a 20% off code. And the 20% off code can be used on top of the 50% off
stacking
code.
Deals.
So, yeah.
Cool. I have done most of my shopping at this point.
Sure has he.
And as I stated off camera, almost all of that shopping has been done for everyone except me. Even some people I did not necessarily want to buy things for, but I did them because it's what I felt was the right thing to do. But I got to make sure the family's taken care of first. However, today I might do some shopping for me. But I agree. I would say outside of my birthday, I'm a gift giving kind of person. So this is the ideal gift giving holiday.
He's an excellent gift giver. I must admit that.
I do give good gifts. I need to put a dresser together, which I have not done. So maybe soon. But on this Jackie Robinson episode, we want to get into some Black first, some Black history, and that starts with the Grammys. For those of you who have been riding with us for a little while, or even from the beginning, shout out to our first-time visitors and listeners and watchers. And if this happens to be your last time, we thank you as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. But I'll speak for me. I've been very critical of award shows and the performances. And at the time when we were recording this, or not, that's not the case. This weekend they did the Soul Train Awards, and I didn't watch it. Not much of it. Mainly because I hate commercials, and there was too many commercials every time I tuned to it. So other stuff had to happen. But I will say this is the first award show for me, when looking at all the nominations, that I'm kind of excited. There's a bunch of different categories, and I've said it. And again, for those of you who have been with us, I've been saying it. This will be and could be one of the greatest years of music ever, because of COVID delaying so much and so many massive artists dropping. And the year's not even done. So shout out to Adele, who I think is probably the most recent drop. I think she's like 830 in her first week, which is just absurd.
Astronomical numbers.
Like just silly.
But you expect Adele.
You do, but I saw some other people that I expected a lot more, and they did not produce. I think French Montana I think he did like 18K or some really, really small number.
His wave is gone, and he just doesn't know it yet.
I don't disagree. I definitely don't disagree with that. I think Meek did under 100. I think Wale did under 100. So there's been some other relatively big artists that Silk Sonic only did a little over 100. And I thought they would have did way more.
I did think they were going to do more.
Given the hype that was around their first single. And I think they just messed up the marketing. Yeah. They had a really, really dope initial single. It's nominated for a bunch of Song of the Years. And they waited almost a year to put out the album.
Which that was really confusing. And
they put it out in the fall, winter, and it's not really that kind of sounding of an album. It's short. We had already heard almost half the entire album. If you factor in the intro, it was a miss for me. And I was really, really excited. Again, for our first time listeners, we talked about it when it first came out. And I was super high on it. I was super excited to hear what they had to do. They performed at almost every award show, since we're talking about award shows. And I listened to the album, but it didn't move me. But a lot of different categories, and we won't bore you with all of them. So I'll start at the top that I thought was obviously big for me personally, which was Album of the Year. And I'm only going to talk about the ones that I care about. The other people you can talk about. One I don't care about and bet not win is Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. If that manages to win, why it's nominated, I do not know. That better not win. If that wins, take away everything I said at the beginning of this podcast about the Grammys. Because if that wins, throw the whole Grammys away. But Justin Bieber, I'm a Bieber fan. I thought the album was good. It's been a while, so I don't listen to it as often. But I still thought the album was definitely worthy. Doja, can't argue with Doja. I'm not the biggest fan, but she's been everywhere. There's quite a few commercials that apparently are her song. I did not know it was her song. I did not listen to the album. Did you listen to this album? No. But she's done great things. Billie Eilish, I know what she stands for, what she represents, not surprised. And my girl. So I've been telling you guys this from the beginning. Somebody needs to give me a job as a music insider, because I told y'all at the beginning of the year, this album should be nominated for Album of the Year. And at the time, I thought it should win. And so her got her nomination. And we talked about her album sales our first week, which are really low, but that album was and is amazing. Another nod to the Grammys. So don't screw this up, Grammys, because I'm giving y'all credit. I don't know if you know, but now everybody that was on the album gets a Grammy for Album of the Year.
I told you that.
Okay. I didn't know.
Right, because people always confuse what the difference between Record of the Year and album, well, not record, Song of the Year and Record of the Year. What's the difference and why you get the same person can win for both awards, or the same person or one person can win for either. And when we were talking about that, we touched on that too.
Okay, I was like, that is not what I was talking about. Cool. Lil Nas X, not gonna waste my time there. Olivia Rodrigo, I recognize she's big. She better not win. Taylor Swift,
better not win.
Taylor Swift, and my album of the year, Donda. I've said it then, I've said it now. Still listen to the album to this day. Most times I get in the car. The deluxe came out, even better. Just an amazing album, amazing compilation. But I'm going to be honest, this is a loaded category. Like, there's not a small name really here. Shout out to Olivia Rodrigo for being nominated. Doja's big time. Bieber's big time. Gaga's big time. Taylor Swift is big time. Kanye.
Still in his own right. That's why it's even there. I'm just saying, you don't listen to Tony Bennett.
I do not listen to Tony Bennett.
And you also don't listen to Lady Gaga.
I know the hits.
But in his own right, Tony Bennett is like...
You know what? That's fair. I'll give you. Tony Bennett is another big name. This, and I would have to go back and look, this is probably one of the more competitive categories for album of the year that I can think of in a really long time. Shout out to the Grammys getting it right. Even after Kanye peed on one of your Grammy Awards, you still decided to nominate him, as you rightfully should have. It was just an amazing year in music, and there was a number. Jasmine Sullivan is not nominated in this category. Snow had a really dope album. Tyler had an album that won a bunch of awards. Nas had a really good album, which we'll get into that rap category. But there was a bunch of people. Ed Sheeran put out an album this year.
Yeah, but it wasn't that great.
I'm just saying it was a huge year in music.
Yeah.
So they didn't screw it up by picking some random people. Oh, and they did add Lil Nas X. I don't know what his album sold. I don't hear anything about Lil Nas X's music. I hear about what he does and his antics. So shout out to, you need to be thanking Boosie because he's keeping you relevant to a certain extent. But he's still a massive star too. I really hope he doesn't win because that album, even the singles, whatever, was not it. But that's my take on those. What do you got? I talked a lot.
Yeah, out of who's nominated for this category, I think for me, my person is going to be her. I think she deserves all the accolades, all the recognition for just the high level of talent that she displays in every arena. Like, she's it. Like, as far as R&B artist goes, like from what she writes about, the music composition, the features she has on the music, just is very well put together, packaged product that is just amazing. And then she is just really dope. So I really, 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 really hope she wins because I do really enjoy Donda. Really like Donda. I listen to her more than I listen to Donda. I don't hate Justin Bieber. I don't have no problems with the Bieb, but
talk about a ringing endorsement. Tell us more.
Like his album and the Tony Bennett album for me are like the weakest ones in the category.
How is he weaker than Nas X?
I just know Nas X did big numbers. So, and you can't deny his star power, I guess. I don't know. I don't listen to him. I did listen to the one single that had the video that everybody, was really, really upset about. And when I took the video factor out of the equation, the song actually isn't bad. I understand what he's talking about, but then the other songs I've listened to, they don't really do anything for me. Like, he's an average artist at best. I I mean, I understand the fanfare around him because of everything that he says, does, all that. Like, I get that. But him as an artist, I don't feel he's really that great. Whereas on the other hand, Justin Bieber, like, I respect as an artist. Like, I think he makes solid music. He's a hit maker, generally speaking. If he's on the song is going to be pretty good. I like Tony Bennett and I like Lady Gaga, but I 100% forgot that they did the album together. Remember, because even when we saw the categories, I was just like, that didn't come out this year.
She said that.
I did. I was really confused, but then I was thinking about the album he did with Amy Winehouse, not with Lady Gaga. Which came out a long time ago. Who else is in this category? And I don't listen to Olivia Rodrigo. Like, I have no idea who she is. So for me, her is like, I'm voting for the Black girl.
Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
So that leads me to the next category, and you said Justin Bieber is a hit maker. He is nominated in Song of the Year for Peaches, which I get. It was a great bop for the summer, but I don't understand how WizKid is not nominated.
Yeah, that was a real big snub to me. Like, that song's been at the top of the charts for pretty much since it dropped. It's still on the charts. It's still making mad money. It's in all the TikToks. I see it in all my friends who are outside Instagram posts. Like, it's everywhere. I don't understand how it's not there, but
yeah,
you know.
So, like, in this category, I'm definitely going to be rooting for her. Damage, amazing song. This also does get me into that.
That's not what's nominated in this category.
It is.
No, it's not. Fight for You.
Which one is Damage? Oh, maybe that's best R&B then.
Yeah, and Fight for You is an amazing song. As you guys know,
then I can't. No, I have to go another way.
Leave the door open.
Yeah.
I mean,
in this category, I have to go that. That song changed my perspective to start the year. Like, when I think that was this year when I first heard it.
No, it came out at the end of last year.
So it came out when Damage came out then too. But was it last year? Dang, time is flying. But no, when I first heard that, repeat. It was just a different sound for what was presently out. And that's what I liked most about Donda, is it just sounded different.
But that's how I feel about Fight for You. Like, it's an amazing song. And then you pair it with an amazing movie. Like, it was great. It deservedly won for the song for the Oscars this year.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's going to win for the Grammys. Typically, if it wins an Academy Award, it also wins at the Grammys.
But Song of the Year as a soundtrack song?
Yeah. And?
Okay.
I think Frozen did that one year.
Stop.
I swear.
I'm not saying, but
well, you know,
that is indicative of award
Let
shows.
It Go.
Like, that's absurd.
No,
it was just a down year in music.
No, it happens more frequently than you think. And like I said, typically, like, even when you're looking at acting categories, the people who win for Best Actor, Best Actress at the smaller shows typically end up winning at the Oscars. And so Fight for You won the Oscar. So I'm assuming, and I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, praying that she wins for the Grammy. Because, again, it would be really, really dope.
Okay. Not going to fight you on that. Don't care about pop.
Who's nominated in pop, though? Dolly Parton? She put out music?
I mean, there's a bunch of...
But see...
this is traditional pop. And I was going to ask you about that. Because they have traditional R&B and then regular R&B. And so... but I guess they have it for pop too, which I didn't care about.
But see, even still, traditional pop, I wouldn't consider. Scroll back down. I definitely wouldn't put Ledisi in traditional pop, and I wouldn't put Tori Kelly in traditional pop. They're like I don't understand how they categorize some things, because we were even saying that about the Doja.
But she's on here in pop. not R&B. But the other was the
the
BT.
AMAs.
The AMAs had her as R&B,
R&B,
which is dumb. And we didn't watch it, and I don't know who won.
We don't care.
Because that's idiotic. But I think this, for what it's worth, I guess we'll touch on it. Best pop duo group is going to be a huge category. Tony Bennett, Bieber and Blanco, BTS. They make
hits according to people that listen to that music, and they might surprise everybody and win that.
I wouldn't even say it's a surprise. Mm-hmm. And they killed the AMAs because I think AMAs is like fan voting or something dumb.
Oh, okay. Something dumb.
I mean, fans, and again, Asian people, fans. We love you. But same thing with Yao Ming. When they was voting Yao Ming to All-Star game, Yao Ming didn't deserve to be in an All-Star game. But there's a bunch of them over there, and they vote like crazy. So those are just facts and not hate. Coldplay, huge artist, a huge group. And then this Doja SZA record is nominated for a bunch of stuff too. So there are a ton of competitive categories. We don't care about dance. Don't care about rock. They just put the black people.
Care about rock? Go back up.
We do not care.
I care about rock.
Lord have mercy. You care about best metal performance?
I like the Deftones.
What's this song? Genesis? What's it about?
I don't think I've listened to it, but I do like the Deftones.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell, he's dead, so this would be a posthumous. Yes, he is dead.
Oh, sorry.
He is dead.
Rest in peace, Chris.
And then the Foo Fighters, Black Pumas. Like I know all these bands.
Yeah, I don't know that our audience or me care. Sorry. If y'all do, you can definitely put it in the comments, and we can revisit the rock conversation, which I know nothing about, but I'm willing to have that conversation.
Clearly.
Best alternative music album, Halsey got nominated. That's cool. I like her.
We like Halsey.
So back to R&B, which is what I know and what I like. Whoa, Bieber's in here for R&B. I did not realize that.
Does not deserve to be there.
You don't think that song's R&B?
That song versus all the other ones.
But is it an R&B song?
No,
it's an R&B song.
It's a pop song.
Talk about Georgia.
It's a pop song.
Okay.
It's a pop song.
I don't
Just because he says I get my peaches down in Georgia, that makes it an
R&B. It has
R&B.
Giveon on it. Giveon's R&B. He's not?
It's a pop song, according to me.
Okay. Well, according to the Grammys.
According to the Grammys. These people be wrong too, though.
So this is going to be a tough category because I like every song on here. Actually, I like Peaches the least. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's an awful category for that song to be in.
I don't know. There's probably another song that you could put in this category. But
a bunch of other songs.
That's fine.
In this category.
But no, so we got Lost You, Snow. I think she has a really outside chance.
I love that. No, that's one of the best songs on the list.
Do you want me to finish?
I'm listening.
So we have Peaches by Biebs. We got Damage, smash. We have Leave the Door Open, smash. We have Jasmine Sullivan, Pick Up Your Feelings, smash.
Yeah.
So when you talk about Snow in Star Power,
that's her highest charting single from the album.
And we talked about levels of stardom earlier off mic.
Well, apparently there's some levels that she's at that we didn't know because she's nominated for Best R&B.
And I'm not saying she shouldn't be nominated. I'm saying in this category, she ain't it. She's not winning.
In this category, she's above Justin Bieber.
And neither one of them's winning because it's really a 2-song race.
I think it's going to be Leave the Door Open.
I think it's going to be Damage.
I don't think it's going to be Damage.
You think
I think Leave the Door Open and Pick Up Your Feelings were stronger singles.
No.
They were.
Damage was a bigger single than Pick Up Your Feelings.
Mm-mm.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We don't have the facts to back up where this charted, but I can promise you. And I like...
Look it up. The computer's right there,
That takes way too much time. We don't have great researchers because I'm not it that knows how to find all that stuff. We don't have access to all the backdoor stuff. So we apologize for that. Do your own research. Put it in the comments. But
it's Pick Up Your Feelings.
Okay. I disagree, which is why hers going to win. I don't think Jasmine's going to win any of her categories, which sucks because that was a really good album. But I don't see how that song is going to beat Damage or Leave the Door Open.
It could definitely beat Damage. I don't know if it's going to beat Leave the Door Open. Like, Leave the Door Open, even though it came out last year, like, it was a fire track from beginning to end. That's why it's still playing on all the R&B, stations. Pick Up Your Feelings is the same.
Okay. I hear Damage more.
I don't.
That's fine. We agree to disagree. But I think, or actually what I could see happening, I could see her winning Best R&B Album. We talked about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see her winning Best R&B Album. I don't think we talked about the R&B album yet. No, we haven't. But I think she'll win the album and then they'll win the song. Because I don't even know if they're nominated for their album, but it ain't gonna beat hers. So
I like this Best Traditional R&B Performance category. One, because BJ the Chicago Kid is nominated, and he does not get enough recognition. I love him. I think he's super talented. He's from Chicago. He makes dope music.
He beating this?
He's not beating Fight for You.
So it sounds like her could have a really good night.
I personally,
which is what I said a long time ago.
I personally suspect she is going to have a great night. Like, she's walking home with at least 3. She's nominated for 8. I think she's walking home with at least 3.
All right.
You heard it here first.
No, I would agree. We could look more into which ones, but I think 3 is fair. I think 3 without going overkill. I think she'll win the performance, and I didn't see her performance, but I know she can perform like nuts. Wish I could have went. I don't know which one of you loser musicians canceled the show in New York, but I'm still not upset. But the world tour's coming next year.
Money back?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Yeah, you might want to check that.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to her and everyone nominated. Really, really good categories. And then we got Best R&B Song, which is like
almost exactly the same, except
so this is performance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're definitely winning performance. Leave the Door Open is definitely winning for performance.
Not necessarily like live physical performance, like the way that the record sounds.
For new vocal or instrumental R&B recordings. So what's the difference between R&B performance and R&B song?
The writers get the credit for the song.
But how could one win Best Song and then one win Best Performance? 2 different songs if they're both nominated.
So again, the performance, they're speaking literally about how the song sounds. When you're talking about Best R&B Song, Best whatever song, you're talking about the writing, the composition, the way that it's put together, the people who make the song, but not the person who made the song, who sang the song.
I get who gets the credit.
Yeah.
I'm saying it sounds like the exact same thing.
But it's not.
I'm saying how it sounds. Like,
because these people, all of these people worked on this album. Tiara Thomas, okay. She wrote on Damage. Look at that. Go ahead, girl. I like her.
So how could Leave the Door Open win Best R&B Song, but Damage win Best R&B Performance? That means that what?
It means that they like the writing on the song
so
better.
The lyrics were better.
The lyrics, the composition, like the song itself is better. But they like the vocals of the other song more. It's the same thing for Song of the Year and Record of the Year.
This is so dumb. So yes, I think Leave the Door will open one for Best Performance then, because vocally I think it's just different.
You think it's gonna win for both?
No.
Oh.
I could see that though. Like, and I would love this song to win.
Heartbreak Anniversary.
I think that's a really dope song.
It is. Giveon did his thing on that album.
It's not super like positive, but
again, like look at the writers on these songs.
I mean, I'm with you. Like they brought out big hitters for a lot of these. But like SZA, her, Giveon, Silk Sonic, and Jasmine Sullivan, like it's just a bad year to put out music from an award standpoint. It was great as a consumer because we've had music literally all year. We've had up until like the last week.
Somebody's been dropping something
Some
really good.
Big artists have been dropping really good projects. And so I know there's still people out. Ross and Post have put out singles recently. So we're still waiting on them. And there's a couple other people I think that have mentioned some stuff coming. But yeah, so it's a lot there. I know we are getting a little bit up, so we'll speed this through for you. But no, there's just so much music, and that again, for those who
and we're music people,
we love music. Our kids love music.
They do. You guys should see them dance around the house.
Dance. They're starting to like sing a little bit. They're starting to get some of the words. It's
rhythm. It is the most cutest thing. The most adorable thing.
That's fair. We've talked about, for those who've been with us, Masego and Lucky Day. And so Masego got nominated for Best Progressive R&B Album. Eric Bellinger, big fan of his work as a writer more so. But I think we were listening to that on the way to the farm. And it turned up the heat.
Yeah.
In the car, so you had to turn that off.
Yeah.
But really good album. I've gone back and listened to it a couple times as well. But I think Masego should win.
I definitely think Masego should win for this category.
Especially considering he was on the commercial that we saw.
Apple. Yeah.
Oh.
What was the name of that? Something music, some sort of new type of music.
The spatial audio.
Yeah, spatial audio. But to Apple's credit, because of all the advertising, I did go back and download the spatial audio version and listen to it in the car on like 45, and it sounds amazing, especially when you listen to the song from the commercial.
Yeah. So no, I agree, and that would be my vote. So we will definitely be tracking. I think it's the next February
31st, January 31st.
So coming up pretty soon.
We might do a live that night, record our reaction.
We should. We can set it up certainly. We got enough lights.
We do have enough lights. We'll have a baby though, so we'll see how that goes.
That's also true. So best R&B album we did get down here, and a lot of the same. Snow with another nod. Shout out to her. Really, really good album. Her with the nod. Jasmine, Leon Bridges, and John Baptiste.
John Baptiste.
What did I say?
Baptiste. There's no P.
Whatever. John Baptiste was nominated as well. And as I've said from the beginning, I'm rooting her. Hopefully she cleans up. I think she should definitely win. Jasmine, this is a long year.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be mad if Jasmine deserves some stuff for this album, because this album was fire. Her last one, I can't remember the name of it. Her last album was really good, and I don't think she got the recognition she deserved for that album. This would be a good time to make it up to her, because this project is probably the best project she's ever put out.
So she should beat who in what category?
I mean, preferably, her and Jasmine just go back and forth all night, and
So we're just gonna leave Silk Sonic out.
Yeah, I'm okay with that though.
Can't do that.
Bruno's got awards. Anderson's got awards. They'll be all right. They should have put out a stronger project.
Right, but that single was amazing.
It was. But the single can't float the whole album.
Agreed, which is why their album's not even nominated.
Right.
But the single is.
Yeah.
And that single's bigger than what Jasmine did. It's just the truth.
I don't think so, but okay.
So now Pick Up Your Feelings is a bigger single than Leave the Door Open.
I didn't say it's a bigger single.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that I think it deserves more than what you're giving it. Because Pick Up Your Feelings is a huge single.
So this is the thing people do. And now I'm going to have a quick sports analogy. People talk about like Kobe and Jordan, LeBron and Jordan. And so when you talk about one, it doesn't mean the other sucks. It just means they're not as good as the one. And so I'm not saying, I think I told you, when the album first came out, I liked the album. I liked it conceptually. I liked a number of the songs on it. This is a really good song. My point is, it came in the wrong year. If Her's album doesn't come out this year, Jasmine could sweep these categories.
Right.
But Her's album came out this year. if Leave the Door Open doesn't drop this year, she could win a couple more Grammys, but it did. Like, Tyler would have probably had more nominations. Nas and other people would have had other nominations in more versatile categories, but they came out in the wrong year. Like, Lil Baby, the Voice of the Heroes, I thought it was a really good album. Meek's album's nowhere. There were other big.
Meek's album was not that great.
My point is, these are huge artists, and huge artists are going to be sitting at home because of the year in which they dropped the music. I think Adele's going to benefit because the cutoff, she's going to be in a different year.
Yeah, she'll be in next year.
So next year, because so many people came out this year, she'll probably eat unless Beyonce or Rihanna or somebody drops an album. And it was a good album. I think if it was for what it's worth for best R&B, it wouldn't be in my top 4. I would take Snow, her, or Jasmine above her album. But she's going to drop next year, where she would go up against Silk Sonic, who had a weaker album, and she'll probably clean up for.
No, leave Silk Sonic's album is this year.
No, the album didn't come out until late.
No, but it came out a month ago?
It came out after Drake and all them.
Right, but what I'm saying
which is why that album's not going to be included, I don't think. I think it missed the cutoff.
Adele's album missed the cutoff. The Silk Sonic album didn't.
I'll take your word for it. I thought it had missed the cutoff, which says even more to me that it didn't get nominated then. I thought the album didn't get nominated because it missed the cutoff, which I wish they would publicize that more and make that very clear when the cutoffs are. Best rap performance. For me, this is easy.
J. Cole.
Okay, I was going to get there. Meg for Thought Stuff.
Thought Stuff.
I don't know why that's nominated. If you're going to talk rap performance, there's no way not a single Donda song made it for rap performance. There's no way that none of DJ Khaled's songs made it for rap performance, because he had a couple huge songs on that compilation album.
But I've always been confused as to how it works for DJ Khaled, because he's not rapping. It's just his song.
Right.
So does he necessarily get the award for it?
Yeah, it's his song. I'm pretty sure he wrote and produced the musical part of it.
Right. So again, when we're talking about who did what on a song, he made the song.
It's an acapella.
But the people on the song make the song.
Yeah.
So does he deserve a Grammy for that?
Okay, take him off. Baby, Post, and Dirt, and I think Meg's on that song. I think they're on that song. No.
There's one that they're on together.
No, because they performed. Yeah, they performed somewhere. Meg, DaBaby, and is it Lil Baby that's on that song?
Yeah.
So those three have a song, and then there's Post, Lil Baby, and somebody else. I think it's Dirt. And either of those, none of Drake's stuff is on here.
No, Drake's Way Too Sexy.
Yeah, that shouldn't be there. That song sucks. Drake had better rap performance songs. There's a bunch of rap performance songs that Meg shouldn't be on here. Definitely shouldn't be on here. That is, I don't know how that's still in the stinking category from cutoff dates. That should be excluded.
Is there. And I'm really confused that it's there.
And Family Ties, listen, y'all can love Kendrick all you want. That nonsense and stuff that they were saying on that album, that is not a best rap performance. I am not sorry. I forget whatever the thing.
So basically, what you're telling me is J. Cole was this category because he's the only one who performed accordingly.
And I don't even think this is the right. This is the wrong song.
I agree. This is the wrong song. There were definitely other songs, although, and I am not a huge 21 Savage fan.
He did.
21 snapped, and I'll give him that. And I like Moray, and obviously y'all know my bias towards J. Cole.
Yeah.
So anytime J. Cole is nominated, J. Cole should win. But of all the singles he released, I'm surprised this is the one that got nominated.
So we move to the next category, and this is where, again, how they splice these categories makes no sense to me. So Hurricane is up for best melodic performance, and that's Kanye, Baby, and The Weeknd, which an amazing song. I think that's his top streaming song. But that's where Pride is the Devil comes in, which I think
fire
definitely should be the best rap performance song for
agree.
me. And I feel like Cole's going to win. Actually, I don't. I believe Way Too Sexy is going to win this category, which is
I will go smack Drake in the face.
Which is really disappointing because it shouldn't win. It shouldn't be nominated.
Win.
That song's trash and it's been trash. And Drake, I'll give you my address if you want to come see me.
We're in a small pool of people that feel that way.
Nah, I do. I've done other podcasts.
I've listened to other podcasts.
Like nobody outside of the sales numbers, Drake's album flopped on almost every level. From social media, you have your stands that are just going to love Drake, but they all know this is one of Drake's worst projects by far. And that song was a joke. If you had got Drake on a lie detector, he'd tell you, man, I was just playing. We didn't really mean to make no real music. That wasn't even supposed to come out.
We were just filling out the
album. I think another thing that gets lost here for best rap performance, and it's because it came out too late, is Life of the Party. And if that qualifies next year, that's going to win some awards. Because that song, I like the Kanye's original version better with the Drake diss, but now that they've made amends, they got to take all the beefs, all the disses out of their songs. But that song, Andre's verse alone
Andre's verse on that is fire. And that's just, he's, peacock. Unicorn. He comes out and he just sprinkles his little magic dust on whatever he works on, and then he just disappears into the mist, back into whatever world he's been living in.
Playing his violin on the train station.
Right, just chilling. But just his verse. But there have been many verses this year that have shown us that just because people aren't out here making music the way that fans want them to make music, they still got it. Because Lauren's verse on the Noms track, fire. Yeah. Like I said, it was a great year for music.
It was. So I'm going Hurricane, although Pride is the Devil would be a close second for me.
Pride is the Devil will win.
No. It has The Weeknd and Lil Baby.
I don't care.
Well, they both got Lil Baby. But it's The Weeknd.
I don't care.
And The Weeknd, I don't even like The Weeknd.
Pride is the Devil has done more numbers than Hurricane.
It's been out way longer.
I don't care. It's still done more numbers.
Okay. We also have Industry Baby, which is a huge song.
I like Jack Harlow on it, though. I like Jack Harlow.
I don't listen. Doja, Need to Know. I'm good on that. And the Tyler, this actually was one of the better songs in the album. I'll give him that. But Hurricane should win. For melodic rap performance.
Right. So think about that and then think about what you're saying.
And think about, this is super melodic. What do you mean?
The Pride is the Devil? Nah, bro.
Again, if Hurricane wasn't in here, then I would agree. But we'll see. Go Kanye. Best rap song. So this is another one of those things like Jail. I like Jail. When I first heard Jail at the first, what is it? The listening party. Oh my God, Jay-Z's here. What is that sound?
Oh my God, Jay-Z's here.
Amazing. But then when I got the album for best rap song, Off the Grid's a much better rap song.
I agree.
So I don't know where that's at. I don't know how. If they were going to give Nas a nod, it should have been a Lauryn Hill song. Like, off of his album. I didn't think Bath Salts, I thought it was pretty overrated for me.
From DMX's album.
Yeah. Oh. I thought it was a good song, but best, I don't see that. I don't see they did My Life Again, which I just think 95 South was a better rap song for me. And there's been some others that have come out that I think were better rap songs. And for best rap song, Saweetie featuring Doja. So
I told you that song was really popular. That's my best friend.
best rap song?
I don't agree that it belongs there. But, you know, who am I? Some nobody who knows nothing about how these things work. So
They blew this category. There was way too much rap this year for y'all to come up with this. So y'all had some great categories. Y'all dropped the ball hard on this. Hard. And so then we get to this, I think, the category I'm looking for, either the most or second most. Album of the year is huge, but best rap album. And this, you can go find it, you internet people that are great at research. Find me another time that we had a better category for our best rap album. We got the off season, which came out hard, so hard. We had the basketball court on fire. We had J. Cole doing J. Cole things, stepping out, said pandemic was supposed to be about to end at that point. That was a lie.
That was a lie.
But he came out shooting, literally. Amazing album, 95 South, conceptually top to bottom. Great album. Certified Lover Boy, we've talked about it. It's here only because of the amazing amount of numbers that it did and continues to do. It still was the number one selling rap album this past week. It outsold, who came out recently? It beat somebody that was a big name, and it somehow still won. But that's Drake, and that's the machine that's behind Drake. I'm not going to argue with that. King's Disease 2, following up the King Disease 1, which won last year. You're not going to win again. I just, sorry, Nas. Like, great album, but they're not giving you the part 2 version of the Grammy 2 years in a row. Call Me If You Get Lost would be, the fact that Tyler's nominated is a huge win. I just don't see how that album beats Off Season, technically Certified Lover Boy, or my pick, Donda. For me, still by far album of the year. If it's album of the year, it's definitely best rap album of the year. And if it was nominated for album of the year, how the heck does it not win best rap album of the year? So I'm watching y'all Grammys. Don't play with Kanye. He better win this category since he was nominated for album of the year and none of the others were. But
you know, I'm picking the off season. Like, I don't even understand why it's a conversation to be had. I love Donda. Think Donda's great. I like the off season more.
So we're not talking about what you like. You believe that's a better body of work
for rap album? Yes.
Okay. And that's about where we end because I don't care anything about country music.
I like Dan and Shay. I hope Dan and Shay win.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think Robert Glasper's nominated.
For what?
For jazz. Stop it.
We don't have time.
You just went through. Yeah, go back up.
Read
please.
Faster. Our audience is waiting.
Literally scrolling while I'm trying to read. A Song from Soul. The Song from Soul is nominated on here.
Where? Jeez, you don't even know what it's called.
Oh, you suck. Leave me alone. I just saw it. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's on the Latin jazz.
You're the worst. And I don't like it. I literally just saw it. I thought Robert Glasper was nominated for something.
Doesn't look like he is.
Well, no. He's
John
the song Bigger
Batiste.
Than Us. John Batiste is nominated for A Song from Soul. I do remember that. But I could have sworn, but I guess I was wrong.
Great.
Esperanza Spalding's nominated. That's cool. I like her. All right. Go ahead.
Lovely. Let us move to God. And I wanted to see, and yeah. So this is the weird part. And this is where the AMAs just really confused me because they had Kanye listed as a gospel artist there. And he's not listed as a gospel artist here for the Grammys. I think he should be nominated for the gospel album because I could clearly see songs like Heaven and Hell, Come to Life, and others. If Hold Us Together is going to be nominated,
We win.
Which is what I'm rooting for. But Chris Brown.
Yeah, he did a couple songs with
On Gyre?
Elevation and Maverick City Music.
I've heard that song a bunch. I did not know Chris Brown was on that song.
Yeah. He's on like 3, I believe.
I need to go back and listen to that song because I don't remember hearing Chris's voice. But yeah, I don't understand how there's literally someone speaking in tongues on Come to Life. How is that not a gospel performance? But I'm not a part of the committee, so whatever.
And with takes like yours and your kind of attitude, I don't know if they'd put you on the committee.
Why? Because I'm objective?
It's not even that you're objective. You can be a little rude.
What does that have to do with me picking good music?
I'm just saying, in general.
Like, it's dumb that Kanye is not in any of the gospel categories.
And do you think people like to be called dumb?
If they do dumb things, they should be called dumb. Like,
that's why you won't be on these sort of voting committees.
Well, clearly they're not abreast of the culture. Like, Andy dropped an album this year. Why is Andy not for best gospel? Or is this not gospel rap? There's no rap category.
I don't think there is a gospel rap category. I think
also problematic.
Contemporary Christian music or
no, contemporary Christian is like the Elevation stuff.
Yeah, I know, but I think at this point it still falls under that category.
So there's a problem with the Christian side of this Grammy Award show because there is no gospel rap, and there was a bunch of gospel rap albums that came out this year.
The Blind Boys of Alabama are still putting out music.
Best American Roots performance sounds racist.
The Blind Boys of Alabama are black.
I'm talking about the category. Best American Roots performance. I don't like it. The Best American Roots song. No, that's weird. Best Americana album also sounds kind of racist. Contemporary blues, folk. I'm just trying to see if the reggae is way down here at the bottom. Sean Paul's still making those tasty jams. Best global music performance. We have a WizKid sighting. I don't know really anyone else here, so he better win. I like how they strategically left Justin Bieber off because his version was also dope and he added to the song, but we're not going to go there. And then children, we don't care about the kids. Spoken word.
Dave Chappelle's nominated.
That was that long ago? 8:46. That was the one. Is that the one he did in the park where he went on the news reporter? Yeah, that should win. I don't know what Cheadle's
nominated. That's cool.
Did not listen to that. He's such an odd guy because when I look at Don Cheadle, he seems like really like stoic and intelligent. And I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
But the roles that he plays,
yeah, it's complete opposite.
Between House of Lies and Black Monday, that is not the guy that you think of when you see him like walking around or in pictures and different things like that.
Lavelle Crawford, didn't he pass away?
Yes, he did.
And then Louis C.K.
They were talking about him being nominated because he has a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, Chelsea Handler. I don't think she's that funny.
I'm not a fan. She's annoying.
Kevin Hart, 0 F's given. I thought it was actually pretty funny, but that's just me.
Chapelle's didn't make the cut, I'm guessing. The closer. Not. It came out too late. Is that what they're going to hide behind?
I don't know.
Because that was funny. I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah. Andrew Lloyd Webber.
We're not doing this.
I was just looking.
Yeah. I don't know about any of these. Cruella. One Night in Miami is nominated for Best Compilation Soundtrack.
Okay. The United States versus Billie Holiday is also nominated.
That's good. The Mandalorian got better. Oh, that did have good music, but I'm rooting for Soul, of course. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there's no best rap. Christian rap. That's really
we would have seen it.
Yeah, I was just holding out hope.
Best historical album, production, producer of the year. Who are these people?
Not black. Oh, Hit Boy slid in there.
Oh, okay. These are the songs.
This is the artist.
I mean, the
producer,
and then
the ones
and the songs that they.
He did the whole album, but he's done more songs than that. But whatever. Best of remix.
Mike Shinoda.
So why is Justin Bieber not on here for the WizKid remix, the Essence remix? This is just ridiculous. Absolutely. And Donda Part 2 should have got something as well. But yeah, we're off that. So good times.
45 minutes into the episode.
55
minutes into
wow, look at the time. It ran away. That was not supposed to be this long of a music take, but we got stuck talking about stuff we don't care about.
What are you talking about?
We did. It was just a ton of music, and that's not surprising at all, I think. And there was more we could have gotten to. But yeah. So what?
I didn't say anything. Yeah. Wasn't expecting for this whole episode to be about the Grammy.
I wasn't either. So we will skip here because this is going to take way too long to unpack. And so we talked about Chapelle recently. And I did not make a thing for him, apparently. So we're just going to go here. Thanks for supporting us, guys. But no, in all seriousness, that 846 was a tremendous documentary. Not documentary, it was I guess you call it a comedy show. I didn't laugh much, but it was really good. And then you follow that up with The Closer, which was, I thought, sensational. We've talked about it. Feel how you want to feel. But that brings us to the bigger picture of cancel culture. It brings us to looking at the bigger picture and cutting off your nose to spite your face. There's just so many different situations you can use to correlate to this, but high level, and I've talked a ton. So high level, Dave Chapelle was asked to come back for the naming ceremony.
The naming ceremony.
You know a little bit more than me. You can take it. I've talked a ton. I want to get out the way. I feel bad.
Okay. As you guys know or don't know, Dave Chapelle is from the Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. He attended Duke Ellington School of the Arts. He's talked about it a bunch of times. He's gone back and done a lot of stuff there. He's given loads of money to the school. And after a recent donation, I guess earlier this year, they decided to name the theater after him. And everyone was cool with that until The Closer came out. And there have been protests by students, I think some faculty and parents alike, because of the content of The Closer. And they no longer want the theater to be named after Dave Chapelle. And so in true Dave Chapelle fashion, which it's almost genius. He's put up a fundraising campaign. If you want him to still, I guess it's mostly for the people who go to the school, people who care about the school. If you want him to still be named, the theater to still be named after him, you make your donation and note that you want the theater to be named after him. If you don't want the theater to be named after him, you make your donation and you note that you don't want the theater to be named after him. Either way, he's still raising money for a school that obviously he cares a lot about, but by all means, by all accounts that I know of, art schools don't get a huge funding from the cities, from states, from really anywhere anymore. A lot of what art schools are able to do is because they charge a really high tuition. Parents and people from the community all donate to make sure that the schools can stay open, because who are we without the arts? And you've got this section of people who are telling him, we hate you, we don't want anything to do with you, take your filthy money, and we'll name the theater something else. And even in that spit in the face almost, he's still helping to raise money for your school. And it's like, I'm almost sure that the fun, because he's got the link in his bio on Instagram. If you go to his website, it's on his website. Like, it's in a few different places for people to see it. And even if you don't know anything about the situation, like, oh, Dave Chappelle wants me to donate money to something, click, I'm going to donate money to that because I support Dave Chappelle. I feel like this school is going to get a bigger influx of money over the next, because I think the naming is supposed to happen sometime early next year, and the donations are open until whenever the naming is supposed to happen. And I'm sure, as a man of his word, if more people raise money for the theater to not be named after him, he'll, rescind the acceptance and not show up. But I don't know. Like, when I look at the situation from the outside, it's like this man has donated so much money to the school. Like, he's willing. And I think the thing that boggles my mind is he's willing to have conversation. It's one thing if people were telling him, we think that what you're saying is harmful and this, that, and the third. And he was just like, I don't care, go away, peasants, I'm rich. He's willing to have conversations with people who think differently from him. And it's just crazy how, and it's not just Dave Chappelle, it's people in general now. When you have an opinion that's different, like recently, Talib Kweli, like, I commented on something that he posted about Kanye, but because I didn't agree, or it wasn't even that I disagreed with him, I just was stating the fact that if you weren't upset about what Kanye West said about you, why are you still posting all this clickbait stuff? And he got on, he called me something. And I'm just like, bro, I'm probably one of the last people that still listens to your music on iTunes. Like, stop it. And not like that, but like, there are artists that we all really like and support, but they're not big names anymore. People recognize them for who they were for the culture, what they did for the culture. But put me in a room full of people, and how many people are raising their hands to say, oh, I just listened to a Talib album the other day. I still listen to Black Star real hard. Like, when you have a difference of opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean I hate you and I hate your opinion, but we don't see things eye to eye. And being willing and open to talk about and discuss the differences that we might have makes for greater understanding and human connection. And if everybody is really about human connection and relating to your man, the brother, sister next to you, how can you do that without listening to how they think differently than you do? So it's really interesting. It's a bunch of kids. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. It's a bunch of young people who feel very strongly about something that they feel has offended them. And if you're offended by what Dave Chappelle said, obviously no one can change the offense that you feel. But to try to just like cancel everything that he has meant, not just as a comedian, but as an artist, like, these are the people who you would think understand the most what he's done, or the gravity of the contribution that he's made to the world with what he's done, his body of work. And the fact that they're just so mad after this comedy special, it's just beyond me.
Well said. You said it in a nice PC-ish way that I don't subscribe to. I don't think people that watch the show want me to subscribe to, because that's just not who I On a bunch of levels, it's just dumb. It is. It's really short-sighted. It's emblematic of a lot of people in today's society and culture that are running with something that they've done no research about and cannot see the long-term damage and impact that they're having on future generations. Not them, and it could be them, but on future generations. And I will say this again, and hopefully for the last time. If you haven't watched the entire special, don't talk to me. You don't have a right, in my opinion, to have an opinion about something you wouldn't take the time to actually listen to. If you did listen to it and your takeaway is that he targeted one group of people and that's what your problem is, then you have more problems than I can discuss with you personally, because he talked about problems within a certain community and how they react, and they did exactly what he said that they do. And there's so little accountability that it's at this point it's just humorous and hilarious that there's just this blind double standard. He's a comedian. Comedians historically target groups of people, target real life situations, and they make fun of it. That's been comedy from the beginning. So now to all of a sudden be so up in arms because he targeted your community, rightfully so, as far as I'm concerned, I have no time and effort or patience to deal with those kind of people. Secondly, to these radical children that wanted to, and you called them kids and you were about to call them kids and backed off. These are children and their mindset. This man is getting a theater named after him and has provided and afforded you an opportunity to come and learn because of the money he's given. And now you're going to walk out on him and not even allow him to speak or even listen to what he has to say, when I'm pretty confident you didn't hear what he said in the first place. You took the little clickbait articles, you formed an opinion, and you got in your little group chats or your little group friends that all had sheepthink, and you ran with it. So on top of that, he's coming to speak. And so my suggestion is, I would love, and I'm sure they would never do this, figure out where all of his money has gone. And I feel like similar to like in an election. If you don't want him there, don't take or deal with nothing that has to do with him. If you don't want him there, don't want him there at all. If his money paid for the books you got, give the book back. If his money paid for your scholarship, give the scholarship back and pay the money back too. If you are that upset and you are so resolute in your opinion about what he had to say, give everything that he's contributed back and let it go to other people that appreciate what he's done and the opportunity that is provided for them. Make it simple. Stand on it. Let it cost you something, because yeah, he has a lot of money, but it ain't free. That money could have gone a bunch of other places, but he chose to give back. And again, these are Dave's words. Having the theater named after me is a great honor, although it was not my idea, aim, or desire. He gave his money to you petulant children, because he wanted to see you be great. He gave back. He took his hard-earned work and all the Comedy Central special he walked away from, even in all those things, and all the criticism he took his hard-earned money and gave to your school because of what it provided for him. And this is the response y'all give. And so he goes on to say, at the request of our beloved school's founder, Peggy Cooper Kafritz, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, he accepted. In April, he intends to honor that request. If you object to my receiving this honor, I urge you to donate to the school, noting your objection. Valid. If you are in favor of the theater being named Chapelle, I urge you to donate to the school, noting your approval. So that's kind of the context around them supporting. But I see this happen way too often. People get on these tangents, they get on this high horse, they get on this rant, they get so emotionally invested, and a lot of times incorrectly, and you do way more harm than good. They're naming the theater after him. If y'all know how this works, it's because you gave a lot of money. Usually you gave more money than probably most other people.
Yeah.
So what happens when that money disappears? How many programs in it? We talked about it with our daughter. They're taking away so many of these arts programs and different things that people are looking to pursue at a young age. So you have a unique opportunity to get something that is rare and learn from. He's brought other people, not just with his money, he's brought other big stars there to speak so that you can learn from them as well. And all that goes away because you didn't like something you heard he said on a comedy special. That is the epitome of idiotic and dumb on levels that just are mind-blowing in today's generation, with so much knowledge and so much entertainment out there and so much wisdom and books available to you, that you would do that to yourself. Like DJ Khaled said, I'm done. Congratulations, you played yourself.
I mean, it is. It's just really interesting when you look at the situation as a whole. Like you said, he's been back to the school many times, and he's donated like money a few times is what I'll say. And without contributions from people like him, those schools, they don't exist, because like, again, it's not federal dollars, state dollars, city dollars that are keeping these places open. It's donations. It's the care from other people who have walked that same path of being an artist, who want to keep programs like that available. Like you said, we had a whole conversation. I had a whole conversation on Facebook. If you look at high schools now, they don't teach vocational skills like they used to. You used to be able to do like workshop. You could learn a trade in high school while you were still getting your high school diploma, and then come out of high school, dang, you're ready to take a job. And programs like that, all those sorts of things are disappearing because schools just don't have the money for them anymore. Or they've shifted to be more about technology or things that are more...
Everything's STEM.
Yeah, STEM. And that's great, obviously. But that's not everybody. And like you said, it's cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like, to me, when I'm offended, if I want you to make something right with me, do more. You gave this much this year. If you really care about us as students and us as people and this, that, and the third, do more, give more, be more impactful in the communities that you feel are most affected by the things that you dislike. If you really, support transgender stuff, rights or whatever, donate more. Like, being mad at somebody because they have the resources to donate to causes and then refusing their money. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. And I'm not the one to speak on other people's mindsets because I don't understand people. So, yeah, that's my 50 cents on it.
What? 2.5?
Just, talking.
Okay. Well, yeah, that, like you said, I don't really understand it. And I think it would be really unfortunate if he did choose to walk away and just say, if he walked away from the money he gave, just like he walked away from Comedy Central, it would be really sad, especially for DC, where the money ain't going to a bunch of white kids necessarily either.
It's not. And that's the crazy part about it. Like, most of the enrollment at Duke Ellington is Black kids.
Right. So I love this current up and coming generation. There's a lot that they do well, but man, they really miss a lot of other stuff and their emotions and blind following the blind. But as I always say, in life, things happen. You have the power to choose what you do. Choose wisely. Always bet on you. And if you have been blessed by this, go ahead and bless us. Cash App was scrolling. It's in the bio. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We are out. Y'all have a great evening. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving. And we will continue to do this because we love to do it.
this one's for the culture. Me and wifey in the room thinking of a master plan, thinking how we can influence the culture from where we stand. Knowing that our steps are ordered by the master's hand, still 10 toes down, we ain't switching up the stance. The mission of this music ain't just to make them dance, trying to tell them about the